Tony Ferguson is with us. I'm sure you recognize him right there. Adam Hill and Heidi Fang here with you. Tony Ferguson down in LA. We are in Vegas, and Tony has the fight that we've been waiting for years. I cannot believe it's this close. Is this a fight that you're excited about?
Sure. I mean, I think it's more of a glorified fight than anything. I think a lot of people put a lot of hype into it, which is great. I mean, this is 4 years in a row, which we've been trying. Well, not 4 years. I don't know. How long has it been we've been trying to do this?
2015. So,
it's kind of like forcing an issue. It's like if it doesn't happen, it's not supposed to happen. But when you force something like that, it is what it is. But with Khabib and his team, like I said, they can prepare as much as they want and grab as much film. They can even tap my phones if they did or not. And they still wouldn't be able to go in there and handle all of my tools inside that octagon. Regardless, my conditioning has always been tested. I'm not saying I don't get tired, because I do. I am human. And, you know, when you hold yourself into a high standard when you're out there training, you got to realize that you have to push yourself to those limits. I don't have people holding my hands. I have a great team that trusts me, that when they give me my drills and everything that I need to see the victory, I'm going to take it. I'm going to go inside that gym, and I'm going to demonstrate what I do best, which is work hard. Now, with Khabib, he had a higher nutrition. He said he almost died in his last weight cut. I mean, I had blood filled in my lungs, and I wasn't complaining saying I almost died. But what I did was I was like, no, give me 2 minutes. I'll go inside that octagon and I'll smash this dude. So it's kind of like a battle of heart. I think Khabib does have heart. I think he's beaten people that I have beaten, but not in the glorious type of manner which I have, which is what I finished T-bow in the first round. I was 1 for 1 in my takedown. He was 0 for 25. I mean, that dude lost that fight. And you guys tell me I'm wrong, and I belong in the wrong sport. But I mean, and now when he fought Edson Barboza, he beat a broken down Edson Barboza, and he beat down a broken Michael Johnson. Now, if you guys are really avid followers and watchers of this sport, you guys would realize that you're like, man, this guy's not the same fighter as he used to be when he fought out Fury or whatever. Talking to myself in third person, I'm terrible. Any person they throw in front of me, I'm not going to look past them. This is my quote. I'm going to look through them. Every single time I can see right through them. If they're cutting too much weight, too hard, I'm going to tell them right off the bat, like I did with Khabib. I mean, straight up. And like I said, you have to surround yourself around good people. If his manager was so good, he should have took him and did UFC protocol, went through the process, which he does know, but they were scared. You know, because when I first started in here, I was knocking everybody out at 170 pounds. And everybody forgets that I was knocking them out.
Yeah.
And when I had to drop down to 155 pounds, they got a little bit quicker. So I had to start choking them out. So that's where the mat time came into play, and then, you know, breaking my arm and doing all this other things. Those were learning lessons. And that's why I talked to Khabib, and I told him, I was like, you don't know how to bounce back off a loss. You've never experienced that loss. The one loss that he did have, he cried his ass off. That was in a Sambo match. I mean, I get it. You have a lot of heart. That's awesome, because if you care about that much, you're going to feel that passion. I can't blame it on somebody. Trust me. I've lost plenty of times. But I've been taught, you take 1 day. 1 day, you sulk in it, and you chill with it, but don't hang on it. You got to learn to let that go. And when you're able to do that, that's when you can grow, not only as a person, but as a fighter in general.
You mentioned The Ultimate Fighter there, and I've always been interested in the relationship that you had with Brock Lesnar from that, and then how you kind of went in and came up under him for a little while when you were starting out in the UFC. How much do you keep in touch with him, and what's, that relationship taught you? Yeah, Uncle Brock. What's working with him had taught you coming into the UFC?
I'll do awesome. Pay your taxes. That's his best advice. He told me. I mean, literally, the guy is up there, and he's really paved the way. Like, the same thing with Dan. I sent him a message on New Year's. I was like, thank you guys for really taking the chance on me and really give me an opportunity, give me a house with food on the table. And you could take a lot of stuff for granted, man. And I think that's what Brock saw me. He saw that I was a hard worker. He saw I had my ears. And when I would fight, I fought with ferocity, tenacity, and I had the discipline to be able to go out there and do what I had to do and be trusted that I was going to make weight, do my stuff, and show up. I like to use the analogy. I told Brock, I was like, I'll ankle pick you. Like, everybody's the same size on the ground. But that's Uncle Brock. And the funny thing is, I have the same exact hand size as him.
Wow.
Really?
And everybody forgets that. I have huge hands. He might have meat hooks, but I got big hands. And Khabib's got little baby hands. He hasn't shaken my hand yet. Just wait until I get a hold of his wrist. He's going to be like, oh, man. Because I guarantee everybody on that team, they have baby hands.
How much do you change anything in your approach to the fight, or do you overthink it at all? What's it like going through that over and over and over and trying to prepare for the same guy?
I really don't think about it. I haven't watched any of his film. I haven't done anything different. I've been training my ass off. I've been really working my butt off. He can change as much as this game as he wants to, but he's the same dude that I've seen how many different times at that UFC. You guys have that thing right there with the face-off. I'll take out my sunglasses for everybody. The fact that I get to him, he already lost. And he realizes it already that once we get inside that octagon, it's just me and him. Nobody else can be able to go inside there and hold his hand. They can plant as many ideas inside that head of his as they want to. But I've been planting tiramisu in that head, and I'm about to cut up a piece of pie.
What was your thought process and all the weirdness that went on with, well, Conor's going to be stripped, but he's not, but then if you fight, he's going to be stripped? Like, all that stuff was going on. We were obsessed about it, but did you even care?
Not my prerogative.
Yeah. To you, it's just, hey, this is a title fight. I'm defending the title, and whatever they're going to do, they're going to do?
The paperweight to me.
Okay. And if you get past Khabib, is Conor who's next on your mind, though?
No. Slice of pizza from New York.